Okay, I believe I'm live. That's always exciting when I go live to figure out if actually everything is working. So let me check to see if everything is good. Hello, Sonia. Hello, Betty. Oh, it's always such a relief to see um, comments starting to pop up. Oh, hello, Linda from Mansfield, Texas. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Nicole. Good evening. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm live and clear. Wonderful. Thank you, Dawn. You answered my question before I even knew to ask it. All right. So we have a fun evening ahead of us. I'm going to be playing with the blessings of home. And look, my little helper is here again, who just had swimming lessons and had a shower and is deciding to abandon her iPad to come and hang out with us tonight. So you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi.
Okay. Hello, Darlene. Hello, Denise. Okay, I'm glad everything sounds good. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are here for Crafting Happy Hour. And if you enjoy a little beverage on a Wednesday evening, it's 8:30 p.m. our time. Sometimes people like to have a cup of tea. I don't know if you can do coffee this late at night. I definitely couldn't sleep with coffee. Sometimes I like to enjoy. What's that? Happy Pink Shirt Day. Look, people are saying hello to you. Yeah, sometimes I like to enjoy maybe a little glass of wine just to kind of whatever, relax and enjoy. But right now I am just sitting with you guys and my little helper. And Amelia, you can read some of the comments here. Nicole,
Zara Jr.
You're Zara Jr. Yeah, no, you're Amelia. You're my little mini. Nicole, thank you for asking. So the renovations are coming along. They're actually moving quite quickly. All the drywall is up. All the electrical is done. They did the taping of the drywall today. And then I guess tomorrow they start all the plaster and the compound stuff. And then they are going to be doing I guess they'll sort of take a few days to let everything dry. And then they come back and then they start sanding and painting and all that stuff. So it's moving pretty quickly. And yeah, it's our house is a complete disaster. For those of you that have undergone renovations, you'll know all about it. You literally vacuum and dust, and then within 10 minutes, a new layer of dust has settled on everything. And then we've got all the contents of our basement on the main floor. So it's chaotic. It's chaotic. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit hard to live through, but we are getting through it. And every weekend we try and chip away and declutter and purge a little bit. So it is certainly making me realize that we have so much more stuff than we need. And so it is kind of you kind of look at some of the stuff and we're like, why did we have it for this long? But at least it feels good to just be kind of culling and getting rid of things and donating. And so that all feels really good. So let me just, hello, Kathy. And Kathy saying, cute helper. And Betty saying, it's nice that you mentioned Pink Shirt Day. Yes. For those that don't know, Pink Shirt Day is, I guess not a campaign, but it is something that happens every year. And it really is to bring awareness to bullying. And so I work in the schools as well. So the school that I was in, all the little ones and the teachers all had pink shirts. So that's why Amelia was sharing about Pink Shirt Day. So couple of quick announcements. We are nearing the end of Celebration. So today is February 23rd, which means that we have 5 days left in one of our biggest promotions of the year. So for those that are not familiar with Stampin' Up, all the products that I use to create the cards that I make are from Stampin' Up. And everything that I'll be using tonight can be purchased from our catalogs. Stampin' Up also does a promotion every year, twice a year, where every time you spend a minimum of $60 Canadian, you get to pick an item for free out of the Celebration back catalog or brochure, whatever you want to call it. So there are papers and there are stamp sets. So I would say the value of the products in here goes from anywhere from about $16 to upwards of $40. We have some level 2 items, which means that if you place an order of $120 or more, you get to pick one of our sort of larger items. So this one here called Friendly Hello is a stamp set and a coordinating set of paper. And I just realized this screen is pretty small for you guys. So I'm going to switch it. Hello, Haida. Hello, Keisha. Hello, Margaret Ann. Shirley has tea at night. Hello, everyone. Okay, let me switch this. So we're going to switch this. How about you and I will chat later about stuff, okay? Right now I have to focus on my live. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. So now that you can see this full size, just was going to show you about the level 2 item. So stamp set and coordinating paper. And I'll be using a small piece of this designer series paper today. I love the colors in here, and it'll look really cute on the card. In terms of the card that I'm making, I am using the Blessings of Home bundle, and it's part of this amazing suite called Heart and Home. And the bundle that I'm using is only one of the 2 different stamp sets included in this bundle. So it's called Blessings of Home. It has 2 gorgeous floral images, and then it's got some really nice sentiments. So what a beautiful day for love. We can get through anything together. Have a perfect birthday. Thank you for inspiring me. And you are a real blessing to everyone around you. So it's a red rubber stamp set, and it's fantastic. And I love the big images. So we're going to be using that. And then we have the coordinating dies, which is called the Flowers of Home dies. So you can purchase these items individually, but when you get them as a bundle, you actually save 10%. So we've got some dies that will cut out the large floral images. Whoops. Everything's tangled up here. So we've got the dies that will cut out the large floral images. And then we have these really nice, intricate sort of vine and other kind of greenery and floral dies. So we'll be using that as well. And then I'm going to be using the embossing folder. Are you leaving us? Yes. Okay. I'm losing my little helper now. I just realized that I forgot to bring my doilies. Amelia, can you do me one favor?
Sure.
See, there's a little blue basket here on that second shelf.
This one?
Mm-hmm. No, beside to your right.
This one?
Yeah. Can you bring me that basket, please?
Sure.
Thank you. All right. So here is my basket of embellishments, and I just realized that I forgot my doilies. Okay. So I'm a little scattered today. It was a really, really long day at work. Hello, Shelly. Good evening, Suzanne. Yeah, today was a really long day. So I had a meeting starting at 9 a.m. and I drove to a school, and my meeting was virtual, but I wanted to take the meeting at the school because then I was going to be going into school visits where I was seeing 5 different students today. And then I had another meeting from 12 to 1, and then another meeting from 1 to 4. So I was at the school all day. And on my way there, my gas light went on. And then I couldn't find parking. It was, like one of those days where everything, everything that can kind of just get thrown your way gets thrown your way. And by the time, and then after work, I left and filled gas and all the things. And oh my gosh, my brain is tired today. So let's see if I can be even a little bit coherent tonight and make any sense whatsoever. So bear with me. Let me tell you what we are going to be making. Here is the original card. This is a card that I made a little while ago for a demonstrator training event. And we did 4 different cards featuring the Blessings of Home bundle. This was one of my favorite cards. I loved the color combination and I loved all of the different detail on it. So I'm going to recreate the card today, although I'm changing up the pattern of the paper. So this one is from the Heart and Home Designer Series paper, and I am using a piece from the Friendly Hello. So you can see this is from that beautiful paper pack. The card will look very, very similar, but a little different. Yeah, short weeks are tough. You know what? It's funny that you say that, Elizabeth. I was saying to my kids today that, you look forward to short weeks because you're like, okay, it's only 4 days of school and work and lunches and all that stuff. But it also feels like you've just got to cram so much into 4 days. And so from a work perspective and everything perspective, it's just, it just feels a bit frantic. So I'm just grabbing my cut and emboss machine, and I'm taking my Hive 3D embossing folder. So sorry, I know it's a little close, but this looks like a honeycomb. I've used this many times before. It's a gorgeous embossing folder. And I'm just going to run this through my cut and emboss machine, which I will need again later, but I'm not going to use it quite yet because I need to do some stamping. Oh, Denise, I just updated about the renos. It's going well. Everything's moving along quickly. We've had a couple of little hiccups, I guess. You know, they always say when you're doing home renovations, you can always expect to uncover things that you didn't know were there. So I'm sure I said this in my last live, but we found a window that we didn't know existed. And then we have 2 rooms now downstairs. One is going to be my craft room, which I'm super excited about. And the other we're calling it a bedroom. And we're going to use it temporarily as a home gym, like just until someone needs to actually live in there. We're thinking one of our kids, because housing is so expensive. We're thinking if one of our sons needs to stay with us while they save for a home, then we have a bedroom there. And it'll be like a full bath and everything. But because of the way that our ductwork is and our plumbing stacks and stuff, there are a lot of bulkheads in that room. And I had 3 very tall family members. So my husband and my 2 sons are all very tall. And so there are like spots in that room where like they're actually going to have to duck to get under the bulkheads and stuff. So it's that's a little bit of a, we couldn't really do anything about it, but it's unfortunate for sure. So we've had to make a couple of little changes. Once the drywall went up and we were discovering other things, we had to like lengthen our cabinetry in one area and that kind of thing. But it's all par for the course and we're excited about it. I'll stop talking for a sec and tell you what I'm doing. So I just stamped this floral image in Misty Moonlight, and I'm just taking my Wink of Stella, and I'm just adding a little bit of kind of like this shimmery, gorgeous glitter to the insides of the flowers. And I guess Amelia's iPad was more exciting than stamping with me today. Her little visit was unexpected anyway, so I'm not offended. Okay, so I am just adding some sparkle to this. I know the leaves wouldn't normally be blue, but it's paper crafting, so you can make anything, any color you like. All right, so we've got that done. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And while I do that, I'm just going to grab my doilies. These are the Heart and Home doilies. These also coordinate with that suite. And I'm going to grab a Misty Moonlight one. And I don't need the whole thing, so I'm just going to cut this in half. All right, and then I will put that away. I'm just going to move the stamps out of the way too. Okay, so we can start to do some assembly here. So I'm going to take my designer series paper and I'm just putting it on a coordinating layer of cardstock. So this is also fresh freesia. I have to always slow down when I'm saying that color name because it can be a little bit of a tongue twister. And I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal, which I absolutely love using, and just stick that right down onto the cardstock layer. Okay, so we're starting to kind of get our pieces and parts together. We've got our embossing folder. Did I see somebody say they don't have this? Denise, you don't have this embossing folder yet? I don't know how you've resisted it because it's gorgeous. It's my favorite embossing folder right now. And you need to get it, my friend. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off. So I've already heat embossed the sentiment that says, thank you for inspiring me, but I just want the part that says thank you. So I find I need a ton of thank you cards, and I'm just trimming around the thank you. Okay. So now we've got these little pieces ready to go. I've already die cut. These are from the same Flowers of Home dies, and I used some garden green cardstock just to add a little pop of color. So I've got everything there ready to go. I'm just going to cut out my flowers here, and I'll use the die that cuts this out. And let's see, I don't think I have my Post-it tape nearby. Well, let's hope this holds. You're on it. Hello, Deborah. Denise is on it. Denise, you also have to show us what you make with it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to lay this down. For those that are kind of new to Stampin' Up! Products, one of the amazing features of many of our products is that they coordinate so nicely together. So we have the stamp set, and then we have a beautiful die cut, which is going to cut this image out without us having to use scissors to fussy cut it. And I'm just going to run that through. Doesn't require a lot of strength. Hello, Carmen. Hello, friends. Okay. Oh, I have to tell you this really funny story. I thought, well, it was an expensively funny story. So my daughter does dance class on Tuesday nights, and she and a friend do dance. And so her friend's mom and I take turns dropping the girls. We live around the corner from each other. So we take turns dropping the girls to dance. And so yesterday was my turn, and I had taken, it's a 45-minute class, and I had taken some work with me thinking, you know, I'll sit in the car, I'll turn on the heater, and I'll just do some work in the car. And so then I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go to Homesense and see what they have there, because we need to furnish the basement, obviously. But I just was kind of going, just, you know, just to kind of browse and stuff. So anyway, I walk into Homesense, and I'm heading towards the back where the furniture is. And isn't there this gigantic gray sectional? Like, when I say gigantic, it was 8 feet long. So just 8 times 12, 96 inches. Like, it was 8 feet long. Gray sectional. It was literally like what we have been looking for, and not something you would expect to see at Homesense. Like, I know they sell some furniture there, but I was not expecting to see anything quite that large. So I texted a picture of it to my husband, and I was like, this is a really nice sectional. I sat on it. It was comfortable. I'm like, should I buy it? And anyway, the price tag was quite a bit. And, but apparently sofas right now, like sectionals and things like that, if you went to Crate and Barrel or Urban Barn or like some of those stores, it would cost probably upwards of $8,000-9,000. Okay, so this was less than that, but it was still like the biggest purchase I've ever made at Homesense. So they do this thing called a paid hold, where you basically pay for it and then you can leave it there for a few days. And so I did a video call with Raheem, and we ended up buying the sofa, which was just like crazy. Like, so I wasn't even planning to go. I was planning to sit in my car and do work. But of course, I decided to go in, and well, there you have it. So we now have a sofa, even though our basement's not finished. So that's going to be interesting, figuring out where to put that while we wait for the basement to be finished. But it was still exciting, still very exciting. But yeah, you just never know what you're going to find when you go into Homesense. Hello, Laurel. Hello, Karen. Okay, so I am just kind of measuring out where these need to go. So I'm going to take this off, and I think I'll use my liquid glue. Yes, Shelly's saying even IKEA sectionals are expensive. Can't wait to see it. Sounds like a productive visit, and you need all that length for my super tall family. Actually, funny enough, he said to me, he's like, can you do me a favor? Can you sit on the sofa and then just take a picture of what, like, the depth of the sofa relative to your legs? Because we know, like, if my feet are touching the floor, then it's not going to be quite deep enough. And so of course they weren't. I'm not even that short. I know many of you haven't seen me in real life. I'm not actually that short. I'm like 5'5", which I think is average. But I look so short next to my boys now, and my husband. I've always looked short next to him. But anyway, so I think it's going to be a good fit. It's pretty deep and it's actually 4 pieces. So you can kind of maneuver things around and reconfigure it based on the space or how you want it to be set up. So kind of exciting. I still need to take my husband to actually like look at it and test it out to see if we're going to keep it. But apparently our designer said it's a very good deal for that size of a sectional. Okay. I'm talking more about home renos than I am about crafting today. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that you guys like it. I love the card too. I love Misty Moonlight with fresh freesia. And I love the Wink of Stella on here. So if you haven't used Wink of Stella, I would highly recommend adding that to your next order. It is such a it's such an inexpensive way to add sparkle. It's I would consider it an embellishment, and it's such an inexpensive way to add sparkle and glitter. So I'm going to just show you. You can see the shimmer there. Ooh, so pretty. See that? So yes, Wink of Stella is like a game changer in my opinion. I think I want to just take a tiny little chunk of dimensional here. And I'm just going to pop it underneath these leaves here because they're kind of sticking up. Now it's okay that a little part of it is showing because I'm going to cover that with the sentiment. And then I'm going to take my thank you and I'm going to put a dimensional on either end. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys like it. I appreciate you guys. Always make me feel so good. I've realized that, you know, in the beginning when I was starting paper crafting, I always felt like I would judge my own cards. But I would be judging it thinking, oh, what would, how does this compare to someone else's? Or, you know, will people like it? And that sort of thing. And I would say like over the last few years, I've just evolved to just being okay with my cards. As long as I love it, then that's all that matters. And I'm always happy when others love it as well. But I'm just trying not to be as judgy of my cards. I used to agonize when I would design for events and classes. And now I just sort of feel it's kind of like, you know, you just sort of have to flex that muscle. So the more you do it, the more confidence you get. And so I do hear from time to time, people will say, oh, well, I'm not that creative, or, oh, I could never do, what did I do here? You know, I can never do what you do. I'm not creative, but it actually, I mean, creativity is within all of us. And really what it's about is just doing the thing. So like, I don't know how to knit. I don't know how to crochet. I don't know how to sew, but if I wanted to learn, I would be okay sucking at the beginning. Like I would be okay with not being good at it at the beginning because, you know, there's that saying that be humble enough to suck at something new. And so for those of you that are watching that have never done card making before, that look at these cards and think, oh, I could never do that. There was once upon a time where I wasn't doing it. So it's something that anybody can do. And with a few basic supplies, with a good instructor or coach, and just that willingness to kind of make some of those mistakes, it just becomes, it just happens. So I'm such a chatterbox today. Today I'm going to change up my embellishments. So on the first one, I had used the classic matte dots, which I think most of you know that I'm completely a fan of because there are 4 different colors. I love the 2 different sizes. I love that there are black dots and gray dots, but I'm going to change it up and I'm going to use these beautiful brushed brass butterflies. And am I going to use 3? I'm going to use 3. So this little touch of gold. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. It's so pretty. Okay, so that's it, my friends. My card is done. So tell me in the comments, have I convinced you to get this bundle if you don't already have it? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Shelly's got me covered if I ever decide to learn knitting. Thank you, friends. Okay, so anyone not have this bundle that is now feeling like they need to get it? Because I do feel like it's one of those that you'll love having in your crafting arsenal. Are there any questions? Yes, the embossing folder is amazing, Debbie. It's so beautiful. The embossing folder itself is a 3D embossing folder. It's called Hive 3D, and it looks like a beehive. And there's just like this gorgeous detail, and it's a really deep impression. So it just creates a really nice texture. So I'm just going to hold it up a little closer so you can see it. And I think this embossing folder is maybe like $12 or $13. It's a really good price point. So, and it just like adds so much wow and pizzazz to your card. Deborah, you need to use it more. Oh, I hope this inspired you. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Denise. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Betty. Um, okay, so Shelly's saying you've persuaded me this was a good purchase. Where's your comment? I'm just going to show it. You persuaded me this was a good purchase. I bought it, but I have struggled with it. Well, I am really happy to hear that. And it is one of those ones that you just kind of have to play around with, try it out with some different layouts, and then you'll start to find your groove. It's a really nice one. And even if you choose not to use the images, the sentiments are really nice. So you could just you could just create a simple card. I'm going to show you an example. This is a card that I had done for my team swap. And I just posted a reel on this today on my Facebook and Instagram. And it's a really simple card using the Art in Bloom embossing folder. And what I mean by just using the sentiments is I just took a little label die cut, and then I stamped a sentiment from the Art in Bloom stamp set. But you could also take the sentiments from the Blessings of Home and do something similar without even using the floral images. Okay, so really simple card, really great for mass producing, and you can leverage the sentiments in the Blessings of Home. So this is the bundle, the Blessings of Home stamp set and the Flowers of Home dies, available in our January to June mini catalog. And if you do purchase this, then you'll also get to pick an item for free from our celebration brochure. And there are lots of really amazing things to choose from, and only 5 days left. And so you'll want to snag any of those last minute celebration items that you haven't had a chance to get your hands on. Okay, let me see if I can swap this. All right. So thank you so much. Good evening, Carmen. Carmen saying I came in late and not sure what stamp I'm using. I use the Blessings of Home. And I think if I read the comments correctly, that people were a fan of the card. So hopefully you can go back and watch the replay. And Betty, yes, you need the doilies. They're really good. And again, really inexpensive and really awesome when you can cut them in half. And the other pieces that's so great about these is you can use the, I'm going to hold it up here. You can use the white side of it. So there are 3 different colors. It's the cinnamon cider, which is like a really kind of beautiful warm brown. And then there are gray ones, the blue ones, and then you can also use the white. So really versatile. You can sponge them, do all sorts of things with them. And I don't know, the shape of the doily is really nice. It kind of is like I don't know if it's not a modern doily, but it's not the old school ones, if that makes any sense. So, all right, my friends, thank you so much for joining. Hello, Anise. Thank you for joining. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for joining me as always. I hope you all have a lovely Wednesday. And I will see you guys on Sunday morning for coffee and a card. And happy stamping, everyone. Oh, yes. Sorry. I was saying bye, but yes, it's like a mandala. I shouldn't have even tried that word. It's too late in the day, but I know what you mean, Bobby. You're most welcome, Suzanne. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.